And good afternoon from San Antonio, Texas. This is Matt Scherer, the author of LinkedIn for Military and also a co-founder of the Military Transition Roundtable. And today we're going to talk about one of the most misunderstood aspects of LinkedIn, and that's attribution in your story. And so I've got a couple slides I want to show, but to do that, I'm going to have to share the screen. And whoops. Thank you. Attribution in your LinkedIn story. So I see a lot of LinkedIn profiles. This is one of my favorite. Demonstrate history, right, of managing complex logistics. Okay, that is one of the favorite buzzwords of LinkedIn. And every time I see that, I think of the suffragette movement in the early 20th century, right? It's like demonstrate history. Okay. Billy, have you seen profiles like that?
Yeah, I could say I have. Looking at a lot of military
Yep.
LinkedIn profiles. Yeah.
And you know why that is? Because it's one of the phrases that LinkedIn will give you if you say to LinkedIn, hey, I'll let you write my profile, because they're all about putting your stuff into resume speak. So what we're going to do today is a real simple little exercise on attribution. So here is an example of a demonstrated history. You see the term, okay? Now let's take that idea and go like this. Can you see the attribution in there, sir?
No.
Let me help you. My students will tell you that my classes help them, okay? There's
Yep.
your attribution. Having attribution makes it believable, right? That you have some form of reference that says you're really the best in the field, right?
Yep.
So here's attribution in an experienced part of a LinkedIn profile. This is Brent Schaefer. What Brent did, you can see this, and what he did was he went to his military performance reports, as I show here, and this is what he came up with.
Okay.
There's a reason why I'm going to tell you to do that, because I'll show you a classic response from certain commanders and their executive officers, which is like, okay, I get that. But then the other thing is, if you've been put up for an award or something like that, that's another resource for you as far as putting that into some form of attribution. So back to Brent, see the attribution there, according to my supervisor, that's attribution, okay?
Gotcha.
Now, another way, and I think is one of the most effective ways, is to get recommendations from people you work with. So this recommendation came from Chad Moniz for Michael Brownfield. Michael Brownfield, if you don't know Michael Brownfield, you should know Michael Brownfield, because he's like one of the most giving guys I know. But imagine that you were looking at Michael Brownfield's profile and you're really doing a deep dive and you see this in his recommendations. What's your perception there, Billy?
He's a go-getter. I mean, he can take any task and get it done. That's what I see.
Which is why I say that's a second form of attribution, right?
Yeah.
So here's the part that this is my motivation. And by the way, if you want to give someone a recommendation or ask for a recommendation, you go down to the three dots on that person's profile and you ask for the recommendation.
Okay.
Right? The three dots on LinkedIn is one of those hidden things that they don't share with you, okay? And I'm laughing because my son are looking at something with LinkedIn Live, which we just learned, but it's not a really obviously apparent way to get a recommendation. But that's where you get the recommendations, or you can send a recommendation.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So the reason why I did this is a lot of commanders, especially executive officers, they come up with this kind of style of thought, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So today we've done just a simple workaround with LinkedIn attribution, right? And basically what we've done is shown you how to get attribution, how to start it, how to get it with a reference to someone, and how to get it in the form of a recommendation. Do you have any questions?
No, I think it's pretty self-explanatory there.
So I'm going to take the record off in just a second, but before we do that, let's look at your profile real quick.
Okay.
We asked your permission to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Come on. No, that's not it. Add it. Huh. Interesting. I thought
Yeah,
we
it
were
is kind of weird.
I thought we were connected already.
I did too for some reason, but I might have just joined your webinar and never connected with you.
Well, let me, since we're here, let's talk about notes, okay? I love
Okay.
notes. So this is what you want to do. Hello, Billy. It was great to meet you. LinkedIn today. Sometimes, and I've got a whole lesson just on how to write a connection note, okay?
Okay.
It's helpful we spell LinkedIn properly. All right. And let's okay. And so back to you, sir. What I'm seeing here, like here, for example, charismatic leader, right? I bet you're a charismatic leader, but I would say my people on my team would characterize me as a charismatic leader with comprehensive expertise, okay, to multiple employees. That's, you see how the attribution works, right?
Yeah, my leaders, gotcha.
Yeah, now down here in your experience, right? Your job with Army CID, all right? What you have here is your resume speak, okay? But what I would encourage you to think about is to look at this guy's profile. Here's Michael Brownfield. And what Michael Brownfield did with my help is we put his full profile, click on his full profile with me, right? See the banner there with the headline and the title in there?
Yep.
Okay, but here's the point I'm trying to make. All right, here he is, the operations NCO for 25th ID, right? He's telling a story. There's his attribution right there.
Yep.
Okay. But you know, the other form of attribution, which to me is a hidden form of attribution, is the photos
Yeah.
of the operation. Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing Lucas kindly pointed out to us about having media content within the job description portions. Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you find those photos? There's divots, DVIDS, the Defense Visual, I don't know, it's got a nice acronym, but you can find all sorts of things. And that's where Michael Brownfield, AKA Michael B, used to find those pictures. So we just looked at it's like, for example, there's a picture of the ship there, you know, that kind of tells you, oh, wow, moving 4,500 people on equipment on ships. Wow. That's a logistical.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's attribution in a very simple form.
Okay.
Are there any other questions?
No, again, that's self-explanatory. I mean, I've kind of got some, like I started in a, I don't say started, I was part of a recruiting commercial that went nationwide. So I could always upload that video into my, one portion of my resume area for the profile. So,
Okay, well, that's a form of attribution. So if you don't mind, I'm going to do a quick commercial. Once again, this is Matt Scherer. I'm part of the Military Transition Roundtable. You can find us at www.militarytransitionroundtable.com. We welcome the opportunity to work with anybody that wants to look at ways to effectively transition from military service to their new opportunities outside the military. And this is the website to do that. Let me also do this. This is my book. It's available on Amazon for, last I looked, $13.94. Be happy if you bought one or two or three copies. Christmas is coming. And then if you want to reach out to me, this is how you contact me. This is my actual profile picture, and that is my LinkedIn address. So from San Antonio, Texas, this has been Matt Scherer with a short little presentation on attribution. I hope you'll join me for future events, and I look forward to working with you in the future.